What's up, everyone? It's Brian here with Portable Generator Services. I want to just give some tips to homeowners. If you've got a portable generator that has sat for a year and you go and try and start it, number one, if you have a push start and you press the start button and you don't hear anything or you hear a click, your battery is dead. Number two, if you do have the battery charged and working and it's just crank, 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 but it doesn't continue to run, if it has sat for a year, your carburetor is clogged. 95% chance of the time, it's a carburetor. To avoid this, when you're done running the generator and it's gonna be stored for a while, I always tell my customers, when the generator is running, instead of turning it off by the switch or the key, shut the fuel valve off and let it run itself out of fuel. That will prevent fuel from sitting in the carburetor bowl and clogging up the main jet, or 99% of the time, not 99, but a huge percentage, if there's fuel in the carburetor, if you have a fuel solenoid on the bottom of the carburetor, that's gonna get gummed up and jammed up and it won't function. It won't get pulled down to allow fuel flow. So you've gotta take the fuel shutoff out. Don't lose the O-ring. I like to use a sharp knife and just grind around the needle of the solenoid and then push down and up on it. Make sure that it's moving freely. Before putting it all back together, turn the battery switch on and the generator to on, and you should see the solenoid get pulled down. I've had the solenoids fail. If the solenoid fails and you absolutely need the generator, here, one thing you can do is get some pliers or some dikes and cut the fuel solenoid and bypass it completely. Put it all back together. Make sure you don't have any leaks, and the gen should start up. But getting back to a clogged carburetor, when you take the fuel shutoff off, when you take the fuel solenoid off, it's always held by two screws. Champion has Allen key style screws. All the rest are Phillips. They can be hard to get out, especially if it's never been removed before and it's rusted. But when you take that out, you take the bowl off, you need to get a carb cleaning kit. And I think they use them for welders. They're very, very thin pieces of wire or metal that you can shove up in the main jet and unclog the varnish. So don't forget to do that. Clean the fuel solenoid, clean all the crap that's in the bowl, and then stick a wire up in there and clean the main jet. 95% of the time, if you do that correctly, your generator will start up. So another thing I've noticed is if that generator's old and there's been fuel sitting in there, the fuel valve itself that's located at the tank, the on-off valve, can get clogged also. And a quick way to test that is pull the fuel line off of the carburetor, turn the fuel valve on, and you should see fuel coming out of that hose. If you don't, your fuel valve is clogged. I've tried cleaning those out. A lot of the times it's just better to replace them. I carry a 50 pack of them just because I've got to have everything, but keep that in mind. If you don't have fuel flow, generator's not going to start. If you do have fuel flow, your carburetor's more than likely clogged. That is the most common issue that I come across when servicing generators that are portables, that are gasoline. Other than that, if you don't have the ability to do all of that, give us a call, 954-649-7412. We come to you. If we don't fix it, we don't pay. You don't pay. We won't charge you even a travel fee if we can't fix your generator. So what are you waiting on? Give us a call. It's about to be hurricane season soon. 954-649-7412. Thank you.